Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we got a 2012 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 in the shop. Going to be doing some transmission cooler lines. Here's the line kit we're using today. I ordered them from GM. Personally, I think factory parts are much easier to work with. Usually the cost difference isn't that much more, and the fit, you know they're going to fit. You get an aftermarket part, sometimes they just don't fit right, and it's just not worth the hassle. Here's where our leak is, right where they crimp the rubber to the steel. Pretty common, all the GM trucks and vans. They all seem to leak there. The power steering is the same way, which on this truck happens to be pretty dry. So let's get started. Alright, here we are under the truck. You can see where the lines go into the transmission there on the left hand side. They go around. Kind of dark. Let me get the flashlight. And they go up there on the side of the engine, oil pan, up and around, up to the transmission cooler. This truck's going to be more of a pain because it's four-wheel drive. A lot less room up there to get them out. Two-wheel drive is just a lot easier. So we got a 13 millimeter head up there. Take that out. We should get these lines to come loose. Alright, we got the screw out. I'm just going to take a pry bar up there. Pry that line out. Let all that fluid drain out of there. Let's see up in there. And we got a few clips going along. We got right on the transmission. Let's see if we can pop them out of here. Might have to put you guys down. Where the phone's gonna go. And we should have one more. Let's see here. Yeah, you got one more on the oil pan. It's got to come out. That's the only places I see where it'd be fastened. The rest of them are just holding the lines together. Okay, I got the one clip out there. Working on getting it out of this other clip on the oil pan. The four-wheel drive truck's hard with that axle being there. Kind of a pain to get to it. One of them out. A lot of times just get up there with a pry bar and able to pop them out of that clip. There we go. Alright, let me show you. I took this front shield off here, the plastic shield that goes here. Got them out of that clip there on the back. I'll probably take it off of there just so they're loose. You got one that goes up to the radiator. And the other one goes up in front there. So we'll lower the truck down and work them from the top. Alright, here we are on the top side. As you can see, I'll get my light. Line from the transmission, it goes down to the bottom of the radiator. It's got a dual cooler set up. It runs it through an external cooler in front of the radiator, and then it goes through the cooler and the radiator itself. So one of the lines is going here, the other is going to the external cooler. That one, we'll just have to reach down there and get it. The external one, right there in front of the radiator and condenser. Pop this top plastic off, should be able to reach down there and grab it. It's just held in by these push pins. Get a screwdriver, get in there, pop it. Comes out in two. Get in there, pop it up, pop the center of it out, lift the rest of the clip, like so. Already removed the other ones, so pull this shield off. That would be the external transmission cooler. See the line coming in right there. Go in the front. A real good way to get a shot of it. You can see, maybe. But it's right at the bottom there. It's just got those push clips. Lines are push connects. I'll have to go in there, pull the clip out, or if you got the little disconnect tool, which makes things a whole lot easier, just take that disconnect tool in there, it'll push that clip out, and then you'll pull the line loose. I'll go ahead and get those out, and we'll go from there. The grill off the front, just so it's a little easier to show you. It's actually a lot easier to get to. You got 4 10mm head screws on the top. Just undo those. And then the back of the grill is just clipped in. Take that clip, just take a pair of needle nose or something, pinch down on them. Start on one end, work them all the way out. You could have it off in a couple minutes. A little easier stretching down there. Here's the cooler line we're trying to get to. It's got this little plastic clip over it. A little cap, I should say. Take that off, and then there's a clip right there. They said they do make a special tool that goes in there. I think I have it. Let me see. This is just a little cheapy one that come in a radiator box, but they do make an aluminum version. Just wrap it around, snaps around the line, pushes up in there, and you give it a half a turn and it spreads that clip, and then you pull the line out. If you don't have that tool, let me see, just take a standard pick. You can go in there, let's see, find the end of it. Not an easy spot. And you just grab the end of it. You want to see that, how it started to come out there. The key is not to let it, if you pull it too far, it'll go flying across the shop, and then you are SOL, unless you've got another one. There's the clip that goes in there. You have to save it. They said if you pull on it too far when you pry it out, they will spring out of there and go flying, never to be found again. Always good to have a couple. I got a few actually laying around just for that reason. So once that clip's out of there, or you got the tool, that line, let's give it a couple of wiggles. They can be stubborn, especially when they're mounted in there. Let me stick you on there. There you go. I did put a drain pan underneath it because you will get some fluid coming out of that. Now we got that one. I guess we'll get the one on the radiator, and we'll try to get this line set out of there. Alright, see the other line down there at the bottom? I got that clip loose. And it just pulls out like so. Wrap it around. Get it tucked underneath there. At least where you can raise it up or crawl underneath it and grab them. We have the luxury of having a lift here, so it's a little bit easier. Alright, we got them both loose and hanging underneath. Raise the car up, or the truck up, and see if we can get them out. Alright, we got the truck raised up. One thing I like to do, I got the lines hanging underneath here. I like to put these little plastic caps over them. That way they ain't dripping fluid all over the customer's vehicle and all over the floor, and you're tromping through oil or transmission fluid, whatever you're working on. I bought a pack of these, I think through Summit Racing, or I've seen them on Amazon. You get a bag of different sizes. They come in real handy when pulling these lines off. You can cap the ends, and I let them drip out a little bit, and then I just push them caps over it. Much cleaner getting them out. You ain't leaving a trail of oil everywhere. Alright, they should be loose. Going back there, let me set you guys down, and now the fun begins, trying to wiggle these things out. Like I said, being a four-wheel drive, it's a lot tighter than a two-wheel drive. You still got some cross members to go through. Usually it's pretty fun trying to get them out. And the key is, remember how when you took them out, which way you turned them, or where you had to pull, or how you had to turn each line, because when you put the new ones in, you got to do the reverse of that, so it helps remembering, oh, I had to turn it this way. You know, when you're installing the new lines, which way they should go back in. So let me sit you guys down and see if we can get them out of here. Okay, we got one of the lines threaded through the front. We gotta do the other side yet. What I did do, make things a little easier, I went and lowered that front axle. Got them two studs sticking out there, and then two bolts on this side. I just loosened them. It dropped it about 1.5 inches or so. Just give me a little extra room, because it is very tight going back in there with them steel lines, and try not to kink the rubber or distort the line too much. So that'll help you out. Let's see if we can get this other one snake through and get them hooked up. Got the line set in. I got the bolt up in there. I said I left it loose just so it could swivel around while I'm putting it in the clips. I got it clipped in there. Got it clipped in up by the oil pan. Goes around, and I got them hanging loose. I got them routed where they need to go. One more clip on the front here. I'll put that on, and we'll lower the vehicle down and get them hooked into the coolers. Alright, we got the truck lowered down. We're up here at the external cooler in front of the condenser. We got the line here. See, make sure you got the clip. Let's see if I can get in there. You got that little clip there. Make sure it's in there, fully seated. Not going to fall off. You see on the line, it's got this yellow paint mark. They do that, so all it is you push it in until you hear it lock. If you see yellow, you don't have it in far enough, and that clip is not, as you can see, it's got this little flare. That clip goes on that flare, and that's what holds the line in there. So they just give you that yellow paint as a reference line. So basically, what you do is line it up. And push in. You see the yellow is all the way in. I like to give it a tug just to be sure it's in there. want to inspect the clip. Make sure it can move, it's not bound up, and it's not off. So I give it a few tugs just to be sure. I'd hate for the customer to be driving and have that sucker come loose and empty the transmission out on the road. That, you don't look good. You do something like that. That's just a pain for everybody. Make sure you got these little plastic caps. That's what keeps those clips in place. This is a safety they work on, and they clip on. They're pretty tight, so make sure they're on there fully seated all the way around, and that is installed. It does have one more clip right there, so just push that in place. We got the one to do on the cooler on the radiator. You see me do that one. It's pretty much the same, the exact same setup, except it's just on the side of the radiator. Kind of going to be hard to film that one the way it's tucked in there, so I'll just do that and come back after we're done. Okay, we got both the lines plugged in, clips on, checked them. I started the vehicle, made sure there were no leaks. Now's the time to do it while everything's off. Don't wait till you put it all back together and end up having a small leak and have to take everything back apart. I got the shields all back in place, so I'm going to go ahead and put the grill in and getting this thing buttoned up, and we'll back it out of here and take it for a test drive. Alright, we got this truck buttoned up, grill back on, all the shields underneath. Leak checked it, went through with brake clean, sprayed everything off. Make sure you don't leave any oil residue anywhere. Went ahead, double checked, made sure everything was in the clips. Didn't forget any fasteners. Any accessory brackets that you had to take off, make sure you reinstall them and they are torqued properly. Everything looked good on this truck, so we're ready to let it down, take it for a test drive. Before you leave with it, make sure you check the fluid level. You don't lose much changing these lines, but if it was leaking over time, it can get low, so it doesn't hurt to check the fluid before you go for a drive, top everything off. So that pretty much sums up this job. It's not too hard. It can be time consuming, just wiggling them lines in there, especially on these four-wheel drive trucks, but it is easily doable for the do-it-yourselfer. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for taking the time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll catch you next time.